What is going on, sons of Montezuma? All Aztec Nation. The FanFest came and it went. Was it fast enough for you guys? That's what we're going to be talking about all next. Join us.
To him. Can he get the edge? Gonna try, he's got it. Record time. Donnell Pumphrey smashes the record. On the return, it's Rashad Penny. And Penny finds the seam. Penny to the outside. Penny will go the distance. First and goal. Fake to Penny. Open man. Wells. He leads. He gets the ball. And they say touchdown. Will walk away with a big win in OT.
All right, everybody. Welcome to a new episode of the Sons of Montezuma podcast. Of course, you guys know it is your friendly neighborhood diehard Aztec Mexican. Yes, your favorite Mexican around the block. It's Mateo San Diego. You can find me at Mateo San Diego on X, Twitter, Instagram, all that good stuff. And of course, at Sons of Monty on Twitter, Sons of Montezuma, Instagram, Facebook. It is the notorious Sons of Montezuma. I guess we're notorious these days, guys. I don't know. I kind of like how that fits. It has a nice ring to it. Notorious Sons of Montezuma. And this man, he does it all for the notoriety. He does it all for the fame, the glory. No. You cannot stop him. You can only hope to contain this man. Making a special appearance with us. I don't have his theme music because this ain't a Kiss the Ring show. But you know what? He's an Aztec warrior himself as well. SD Sports Fiend. Thank you for joining me on this special episode, man. How are you?
I'm doing very well, Mateo. We're a two deep podcast, so I'm glad I made the two deep roster for the football podcast. James, is he out with injury right now, or is
I hope not. I hope he's not out with injury, dude. He needs to be back in game shape. Game 1, August 31st for Texas A&M Commerce. What are they? Are they the Mud Dogs or something like that?
That's Waterboy, right? I don't think we're playing them now. No, James. Yeah, looking forward to him coming back and having him on the show. He is the OG of the Sons of Montezuma podcast.
Yeah, James is in Florida right now. So all you guys who were hoping to see his lovely beard tonight, you're sorely missing out. You're mistaken. He's in Florida doing some training. He warned us all that he was going to be out. So hopefully he accomplishes what he needs to do and get done out there for the betterment of protecting our borders. But it's Aztec football. It's an episode. FanFest is the topic of conversation today, right? Because we just had the FanFest this past Saturday. And I thank you all for joining the stream. It's great to see all you guys. Of course, Fembone got to love the intro music that we got going on. I know we're watching the Padres as well. We're keeping an eye, like I'm going cross-eyed over here with my eyes on the Padres and my eye on Fiend wearing his Folk You shirt. T-Mac, what's going on? Welcome. So, FanFest. Let's talk about it, Fiend. We were there. Thank you for joining. I wanted to make sure somebody that was there physically was going to be on the live tonight so we could talk about some Aztecs fast. What stood out to us in this FanFest? Was it really a fan fest, Fiend? Was it really all that fan friendly, or was it just more like, let's go check out this team and interact and get our tailgating momentum building up, man. What stood out to you?
Yeah, the sort of the mystique of Snapdragon is kind of worn off. Most people have been there to check out the stadium. It would have been nice to have full access to Snapdragon like we've had in years past at FanFest, but unfortunately they closed off the shady side and they gave all the fans that attended the sunny side of the field, which a lot of people, I heard a lot of complaints online, and a lot of people were running for shade, including ourselves, for most of the game. But yeah, I was there really to kind of see. I was just really intrigued about the quarterback battle that's going on between Danny O'Neill and AJ Duffy, and a third party sort of joined the competition. It seemed like at the Fan Fest, and played outstanding.
Yeah. I think that was probably the obvious thing that stood out to me and everybody else, right? Everybody wants to know about the quarterback battle. And I like to say, will the real Aztecs quarterback please stand up at this point, right? Please stand up. I wouldn't be so quick if I'm Coach Lewis to name a starter. I don't think there's about 3 weeks to go, right? Um, until opening day against the Mud Dogs, whatever they're called, Texas A&M Commerce. And though you want to get in as many reps as possible for one starting quarterback, if you guys listen to Coach's presser on Go Aztecs on YouTube, you'll hear all his comments, some great questions and whatnot. And even though you want to get all those reps for that one starting quarterback, so you know what you got, none of these guys really, in my mind, and what I saw on Saturday, solidified themselves to be far and above the other. And I'm sure you got some opinions on that, Fiend. I just don't see that anybody has really, solidified that honor and distinction as QB1. Let's go through each one, because when I looked at AJ Duffy, he may have had the most sensational pass, right? He had that long, I think it was like a 58-yarder to Balin Brooks, got him down into I think the 2-yard line, but that was after he had thrown a pick in the opening drive of the game, right? So that came a little later in the first half. But credit to Chris Johnson, dude. I don't know if you saw that pick. I got it on video on one of our shorts. Chris Johnson, I mean, it was like a super acrobatic pick. And I don't know if it was a pick six. He ran it all the way back. We were yelling like, run it all the way, run all the way. It was an awesome pick. So credit to Chris Johnson. That was awesome. But AJ Duffy put up that spectacular deep ball to Balin Brooks. So that was impressive, right? That was impressive. What did you think of AJ Duffy when what you saw, man?
Well, I think the stats are a little misleading. He had like 144 yards of passing, but I think 103 of those passes came on long passes where the defense broke down. There was no one. There was a broken coverage on the long pass to Balin Brooks. So we got it down to like the 2 or something like that. And then the other one was a long pass to Jerry McClure where he had probably 2 or 3 steps on his defender. And if AJ just lays it out there for him, lets him run underneath it, it's 6. But he kind of underthrew it. It was still a long pass, but defender was able to catch up and tackle him. So that was kind of my concern with AJ Duffy, was just being his accuracy and how strong his arm. Is it strong enough, to be able to get us those 20, 25-yard plus passes? And I don't think he really answered that for me. I quite honestly, I think I was expecting more coming from him coming into the game, because I just thought he was, the bona fide number one. I thought he would emerge as the number one, and the way he played, it was good. But it didn't separate him from the other players. And I have to admit, I think Javance Tupuada Johnson was more impressive on that day for what he did.
Well, let's talk about it because AJ Duffy, I believe his stat line was, like you said, it was maybe a little misleading after that big throw, but he did throw 7 for 12, 144 yards. Now you bring up Javance, and I was gonna leave that for third, but you brought him up. So let's talk about him. And we're gonna have an expert joining us very soon, guys. So stay here. So Javance, he was now the top rated quarterback coming out of high school for San Diego State when we did bring him in, right? Now you get the coaching change. Last year he had his redshirt freshman year, I believe. So this year he's a redshirt freshman officially, right? And listening to coach's presser, it sounds optimistic that they're going to give him the looks. They're going to give him some run with the ones and give him a fair assessment. He's obviously coming from the old regime, and now whenever you get a coach coming in, brings in his guys and wants to run his system, who he feels comfortable with. But seeing him out there, man, I mean, I told you guys in the chat, I mean, he looks the part, man. Big, physical, strong arm, moves well in the pocket, doesn't look rattled. He's a big time quarterback. So I wasn't worried about anything of that nature at all. And then, you just look how he operated. He seemed very in control of what was going on, the offense, 5 of 9 for only 82 yards. But it seemed like, he was there in the moment, making some good passes, good reads. Now, keep in mind, before we get to Danny O'Neill, there were a lot of receivers that were out. Especially you think of Mekhi Shaw, you think of Polk, and a few others. So that may have played a little hindrance, right? I mean, to all the quarterbacks in essence, but I don't think you ever get anybody to say that or admit that, right? But just the timing and your guys, whatever. Still a lot of quality guys out there. And before we address Danny O'Neill, I want to talk about 2 receivers really quick. Balen Brooks, one, stood out to me, obviously, right? If he continues to carry over where he left off last year, sky's the limit with that kid, man. He's got the size, he's got the speed, got that experience. So his confidence should be sky high at this point, coming after this performance, I believe. And then Jerry McClure, dude. I was at the video game release there at Novo, and I was introduced to him because Sean and Holly, they know his mom. They introduced me, and he had on official shirt or whatever. And I'm thinking, okay, hey man, how does it feel to have see yourself in the game? And he was like, oh, I'm not on the game. I was like, what do you mean? And nobody really corrected me, so I was feeling embarrassed. I was like, oh dude, like you're wearing the shirt. I thought you were a player. Maybe he's not a player. You know what I mean? And nobody corrected me, so I was, oh, okay, I look kind of stupid. But embarrassment is the spice of life, Fiend. It's the spice of life, if you didn't know. But come to find out, it was him. I didn't realize it was him.
That, yeah.
Yeah. I didn't realize that was Jerry McClure, the transfer from UCLA, until after I had talked with him, and then come to find out, yeah, that was him. I was like, great. Saw him on the field Saturday. I mean, he stands out on that field, dude. I was like, that's the same dude I met over at Novo. Like, that kid looks like a beast out there, man. So I was very impressed with him. Those are 2 receivers that I think really they took a step forward, knowing that some of the guys were dinged up and they had to step up. Anyways, that's my rant right there, man. Any thoughts on Danny O'Neill before we bring in our expert?
So for Danny O'Neill, I did, he had a couple of bad throws that went, were picked off. He is pretty efficient, like driving down the field, short passes, kind of pitch and catch. But he's kind of another one that, I'm a little concerned about with the arm strength. I don't know how much arm strength he has compared to a guy like Javance. The reason why I bring up arm strength, and I brought that up with Duffy and with Danny O'Neill, is, this team committed a lot of penalties, lining up, pre-snap penalties, holds, and is this team, if they, because they're running so fast, right? They're running a fast offense. I think tendency is you're going to have more penalties, right? So how do these players perform when they're behind the sticks? When it's 3rd and 12, when it's 3rd and 8, can they throw it 15 yards to get that first down to keep the drive alive? And so that kind of is my concern with the guys that with AJ Duffy and Danny O'Neill. But look, we only saw them in one game, right? We saw one scene of a movie, right? And so I'm going to give the coaches, the credit to make the best decision to put the best player on the field based on how they've evaluated these guys through, fall camp. But getting back to Javance and in Jerry McGlure too, Javance made some really, really excellent, tough passes in tough windows. That pass to Jerry McClure, he threw that. It was a bullet where only his offensive guy could make a play on the ball. It was well defended. It was just a beautiful pass, Jerry, and he snagged it. With Javance too, he had a couple guys that dropped balls. There was a long ball along the sideline. It was a beautiful pass, dropped it right in, hit the guy in the numbers, dropped it. Another one kind of threaded it between two defenders to tight end, dropped it. So he was plagued with drops. They had 2 bad snaps that went over his head. And then all those penalties, I think, had a, kind of cleaner play from some of his teammates, his stats would have been really impressive. So that's what I think, his poise and his ability to deliver the ball accurately was, I think, better than the other 2 quarterbacks. But again, this is just based on what I saw in one scrimmage.
Now, keep in mind, this is 9 days in, right? So this glimpse into fall camp is exactly that. It's a glimpse of 9 days into a camp where they're going to be growing immensely the next few weeks, and they're going to need to. All those penalties, like what you said, man, you got to clean that up. Nobody, I don't care what offense you run, I don't care what personnel you think you have, nobody likes to play behind the sticks, man. That's just a recipe for disaster. The only person who can do that is maybe Pat Mahomes, and he's
got an arm too.
He's a multiple Super Bowl champion. All right, before we move on, give you guys a little glimpse of our fun day there at the FanFest, and then we'll get into the chat just a little bit.
With 2 outs in the 10th inning.
How did you catch that?
Take it on the right! Take it on the right! Let's go! Woo! Hey!
Just a great time out there at the FanFest. Thank you guys, everybody who showed up to the tailgates, stopped by, said hello. Shout out to the Wintermeyers stopping by and saying hello. It's great to see them. Of course, Ken Abels as always. And Kai, thank all of our Aztec Nation community, Sons of Montezuma community. Kai was there in attendance. Want to thank you all for your generous giving towards him. It really helped him out a lot. Fiend, a lot of people like to use that word community very frivolously. But here at Sons of Montezuma, man, I'm so proud of our community stepping up. And they raised $850. $850 for Kai. And we were well beyond the GoFundMe goal we had for him. So he's healed pretty much 100% now, man. It's a miracle how his foot it looks incredible. He's gonna be back to work very, very, very soon. So thank you, everybody. Really appreciate that. Okay, moving right along. You're not sunburned or anything today, are you, Fiend? Are you, Fiend? You're not sunburned or anything.
No, I wear sunscreen, so I'm good.
Okay. FanFest was a great time. It was a great time for everybody. Maybe not everybody, right? There were some complainers out there in the sun. I'm not going to get into all the particulars of why we couldn't sit in the shade, or some of the things with parking at the tailgates coming up, and we just shelled out $300 to park at the river park. I'm not going to complain, because you know what? Every single game, guys, you're going to know where to find us. Every tailgate this season, we're going to be down at that river park grass, and we're going to have ourselves a great time. It's what we're going to do. It's what we always do. So, hey, what's that?
I said it's epic. Love the tailgates.
Yeah, we got some special things coming up in these tailgates. So, hey, let's just get there. Let's pack the place out, guys. Let's make the most out of this season. We're going to get into a lot more right now, guys. But before we do, got to take advantage of that manscaped.com deal. That promo code SUNS20 is still going. The smooth sack summer is still going, Fiend. It's dare I say, hot as balls right now, bro. It is hot today in San Diego. You need to get Manscaped to help you out with that. So 20% off with that promo code SUNS20 plus free shipping. I just got some new draws again in the mail because they're that good, dude. They are that good. They're very smooth. They fit great. They come in a nice little packaged box. You feel like royalty. You open that box. It's a Manscaped draws. It's very, very, very luxurious. Very luxurious, hugging your body and keeping you cool and smooth. So, guys, don't miss out on that. 20% off. That's a great deal. Plus that free shipping. Make sure you guys have those draws for Snapdragon August 31st. Get them. All right, we got some more things. It definitely is. We got some more things to peddle. But before we get into that, I want to bring on our special guest, because this is somebody I've been getting to know lately. He's been a really good supporter of what we do here at Sons of Montezuma. And, anytime you get encouragement from somebody, it's a shot in the arm. But then when it's an actual player, an Aztec for life, that, we welcome that 100%, right? This is what we made this thing for, right? So before we bring him on, Mr. Jack Hawley, quarterback, living here in Southern California. He was there Saturday at the FanFest, so we wanted to get his thoughts and opinions on everything that's going on there. And let's bring in Jack.
2nd down and 6 for the Aztecs. Hawley finds his target again. That's Bill Hammett, number 83. 2nd and 10. Hawley finding the groove, and this is where he can be dangerous, when he's in the open field. Jack Hawley tiptoes out of bounds and picks up another Aztec first down at the 17-yard line.
Well, when you're a tough quarterback, guys really want to play a little bit harder for you, and Hawley is one of those types of quarterbacks.
Number five, Jack Hawley. Jack, can you hear us?
I haven't seen those highlights.
You were looking a little dark on us, man. You're looking a little dark on us, but it's great to have you, man. How are you doing, Jack? Can you hear us okay? Oh, some technical difficulties. There you go.
Hey, I lost you. You got the volume?
I can hear you great, Jack. How are you doing, man? I can hear you good. I don't think you can hear us though. Let's give Jack a minute. Let's give Jack a minute.
Hey, you got me?
I got you.
Oh, there I am. Let's go. Sorry, dude. My cousin tried to call me right at the moment you guys are hitting me up. This is my first podcast. I'm a rookie. Sorry.
You feel like freshman orientation all over again, man.
100%. But happy to be here, boys. What's happening?
It's excited Aztec football's back, man.
Dude, tell me about it. Dude, I haven't dropped this ball since FanFest. You know what I mean? Coming at you, boys. What's going on, Aztecs? Dude, happy to be here.
Did you get out on the field with any of the players? Did they let you throw the ball around with them?
Yeah, they let me on the field. Little pregame. I was out there watching the boys spin it, you know. It's absolutely one of the, you know, benefits of playing, being able to drive down the 15 freeway. I'm Temecula now, so being able to go down there anytime, it's an absolute blessing. You know, I played with Junior, J.R. Tolliver, so anytime I want to go down there, I call him, you know, remind him who threw him his first touchdown, and then he hooks me up usually with the field pass. Even though they kicked me out before the game, I couldn't really see any of the boys spin it like I wanted to, but hey, I was there. I was there, boys.
What they kick you out for, man? What's going on? What they kick you out for?
Man, I didn't have the right pass, dude. It's freaking, I don't know what was going on. I told him I played there, told him I broke my neck there. Like, I don't know. They weren't feeling me, I guess, but I was there. Pre-game.
Well,
the boys look good, dude. The new unis look sick. I mean, I like the offense in the all black with the red numbers. That was real tight. I thought that was a, you know, huge asset. You know, me being an ex-player, being on the field, I pick up on, you know, all that stuff. So I'm looking at, you know, what cleats they're wearing, you know, what's the new helmets they got. Seems like the face masks haven't changed much. Everyone's still in that old Dickerson. You feel me?
I wish they would, you know, I love our helmets, right? With the calendar. It's classic. It's the best helmet in college football. But every once in a while, I wish they would wear the SD logo on the side, maybe on a road game here or two, just to mix it up. Because, like, that branding really pops out with that SD, you know?
Bro, absolutely. Yeah, I watch, I follow all the old school, like, Aztec guys like Tom Abel and, like, you know, I love seeing the old unis. Like, I'm a football guy, dude. I'm a quarterback, you know, born and raised in LA, Southern Cal kid. Like, uniforms matter to me, dude. I'm trying to look sweet, you know?
Yeah, for sure. What do you call it? So you got kicked out, but I mean, you get to get a good view of the team and kind of have some opinions of these quarterbacks, especially, right?
Mateo, absolutely, dude. You know me, I'm an old quarterback, so I'm talking to the refs pregame. You know, I'm asking, the Panther scout was out there. I was in his ear, you know, asking he's peeping out. You know, unfortunately, some of the ballers that he was trying to watch weren't playing, like our receivers. He was trying to watch a couple of our guys that didn't get a chance to play, but you know, me being number 5, I was excited to be out there to watch Danny O'Neill rocking my old number, to see the freshman get some run, you know, as a young kid, dude, that's super exciting to me, especially, you know, seeing him in that 5. So I was rooting for him. I understand he's going to make some mistakes early, but there's a reason that kid's getting some reps, you know, as a youngster. It's because he's got that juice and he's got that X factor that, you know, matters, and he's going to make mistakes early. You know, that's to be expected, but I expect big things from him. You know, having him here for 4 years is a huge deal. Hopefully we could build it up. You know, the name, image, and likeness stuff is a whole different ball game from when I was there. You know, hopefully these kids can take advantage of that and grab a hold of that and run with it, you know?
Absolutely,
I mean, it's San Diego, dude. These kids, you know, it's the greatest city in America. Like, they need to grab a hold of it, you know, and make it special, dude, because it really is, man. Like, you know, being a part of it, like, it's been amazing my whole life. Like, I'm glad to be a part of it.
It's only a matter of time, I believe, right? With it being the football team in San Diego, it's a matter of time, I believe. And kind of the craziness of the college world, the shakeup. Some things have got to settle in a little bit, and the community to kind of really wrap their arms around what NIL is, what it means, and what it could mean for them as companies, corporations, all that good stuff. It's only a matter of time. But okay. I want to thank T-Mac right now in the live chat. Of course, we are very appreciative of our supers. T-Mac says, based upon what you saw at FanFest, do you think this team is talented enough to finish better than the low preseason projections? Now, everything I've seen out there, thank you, T-Mac. I'll bring that back up in a second. Everything I've seen out there, it all kind of followed after Phil Steele, right? Phil Steele is like the guy, puts out his publication magazine online, and he picked San Diego State to be 8th. Once he picked us to be 8th, then you start seeing everybody in the media start trickling in 8th. That's all you see all over the nation is 8th. Now, I don't know if you know much about Phil Steele, right? I mean, he's a big name out there. He's a big influencer out there with his research. And he has
Does he have that magazine that comes out for the preseason?
Yeah.
Dude, when I came out of junior college, that magazine was still out, and that was 99, dude, or 2000.
He's been doing it for a while, so he's very respected, right? 8th.
Wow, I wonder, what did he say about us, dude? Why you pick 8th? Because the freshman's going to start?
Nah, his thinking was more the defense. You could tell he wanted to pick us higher, and T-Mac will address this right now because, I'm basing this off of those projections off of Phil Steele. You could tell he was very excited about the offense. Obviously, Sean Lewis, he speaks very highly of Sean Lewis and the offense. Bringing in those pieces, right? The familiar pieces that he brought in from Colorado, from Kent State, from guys that have played for him already. So that's a plus. But the defense, I think, is where he was really being a little more scrutinizing in his breakdown, his projections, because more plays on the field, not bringing back some of those defensive linemen that they've had of old. So I think it was more of a defensive thing. But what do you guys think? Fiend, what do you think, man? Before we get to Jack, Fiend, you've been kind of quiet. So what do you think as far as T-Mac's question?
Yeah, I mean, I just enjoy, listening to Jack and his perspective of the game. I think it's excellent that he was able to be there and to soak it all in. The Bet MGM line for the Aztecs over under win total is 5.5, which is probably the lowest that I think I've ever seen it preseason, for a long time, probably the last 10 years, it seems like. So that seems pretty low, but I think that you're right. It's the defense. It's a concern about losing that tradition of the 3-3-5, Rocky Long and, Brady Hoke built that transition to the first year of a new, regime, coaching change. And then you've got a lot of changes in personnel. I mean, so many people coming and going. I mean, we've had a hard time just keeping up with the names and the numbers of all the new players. So I think they factored in that. And then the other thing is they don't have like a senior quarterback or a senior upperclassman quarterback. I mean, you got a sophomore and 2 freshmen, right, who are starting for the Aztecs. So I think that, when you combine all that, that's what they factored in for the over-under win total and the projections. But I, think that this team, if they, can execute this offense well without mistakes, I think that, limit their mistakes, not without mistakes, but to limit their mistakes. I think that this team is probably undervalued, and they could finish higher than 8th. I mean, I could see them finish maybe as high as 3rd in the conference this year.
Ooh, wow. I don't know about 3rd. Maybe that'd be an amazing year.
I mean, I don't think they're beating Boise. I don't know if they're beating UNLV this year, but I think everyone else, I think they got a chance against.
What you got to say, Jack? What do you got to say? You think this team is talented enough to do better than 8th?
Come on, man. I love these kids, dude. I love the Aztecs. You know, it's going to be interesting to see Coach Lewis's whole game plan, you know, when it comes to crunch time. I want to see how that works, Aztec Fast and all that. Want to see how the boys play. My take on it, on the offense, you know, I know that kid we got from USC, the transfer, is a legit tight end. I mean, I don't know anyone in the conference that's going to be able to cover that kid. I look at our tailback, and I think that he provides the defense with enough of a threat to like threaten, you know, the safeties and stuff to be able to make that tight end useful. You know, in the red zone, he's going to be a weapon off of play action, especially if we could run the ball. Out at wideout, I wish those kids that the scout was out there, you know, I wish they would have played. I wanted to see, you know, the offense stretch the field, you know. That spread offense, I ran it at Harbor. We ended up leading the nation in total offense. I mean, when they spread that field out, you get lanes and stuff, and a playmaker like, you know, Danny or like, you know, Dimer back there, I think if those guys get some lanes, they're going to, you know, propose problems for the defense trying to cover those guys because they can move with the ball. So yeah, 8th, bro. Dude, we're not finishing 8th. First season? There's no way, dude. Coach Lewis, hey, my money's on Coach Lewis running the fast pace. These dudes ain't going to be used to it, you know. As far as the defense goes, I don't even know anything about the defense. You know, I seen Coach Long's defense in its prime. I played New Mexico when he was there with Urlacher, and bro, that defense was nasty as hell. I still remember that game, dude. You know, so I mean, that defense has run amok. I mean, how many times we won conference off that defense and run the ball? So yeah, I don't know, man. It'll be interesting, you know. I don't know.
I love it, man.
You guys are the experts, man. I'm just a guest here. You know what I'm saying? Go deep, Mateo. Go deep, dog. Go deep. That field's looking real nice. Hey, I'll hit you, dog. Don't trip.
Love it. Well, tell us a little bit about where you're coming from, man. So those that may not know, you say you're from LA, right? So you played JC ball up at Harbor, right? And then you transferred into San Diego State for the 99 and 2000. For the 99 and the 2000.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I went to El Segundo High School in the South Bay, you know, grew up at, you know, El Porto Beach, catching shore pounders all day. Went up, you know, played football and baseball in El Segundo, had a great time there. You see my little ZT prospect flag right here. I got a little developmental thing going on with my cousin out in Temecula. You know, we're helping the kids 8U up to 14U. You know, we go up to tournaments, perfect game tournaments in Vegas, and, you know, bring that ring home. That's a lot of fun. Miss football tremendously. You know, we're opening up a gym here at the Promenade Mall in Temecula. Very excited for that. You see my shirt here, D1. Gonna bring, you know, the level of training and stuff that I got at San Diego State, you know, to the kids and, you know, to families and stuff like that. Try to help the youth. Sometimes the training that you get exposed to at the new levels, like you didn't even know about it, you know, as a kid. Me coming from LA Harbor, like, you know, it's a prominent program, but we didn't have the support and the backing, even like I did at San Diego State, or when I was fortunate enough to sign, you know, pro or go play for Buffalo or the Toronto Argonauts or some of these other big, you know, programs. The level of training you get in those buildings is a lot different than at different stages of your career. So D1 wanted to bring that to the masses. We're opening up next month. Super excited for that. Excited to win some baseball games. You know, went down to the Padre game the other day for the Dodgers. I know you guys are Padre fans. I grew up in LA, so it's Dodgers for me. Sorry, you know, but having that rivalry is pretty fun. You know, I'm an Aztec at heart, so it's like The Padres are my second hometown team. My buddy was the pro player personnel guy for the Lake Elsinore Storm right here in my hometown, Lake Elsinore. So I go to a lot of Storm games, you know, see those Padres when they're rehabbing and stuff. That's a lot of fun. Get a hot dog and a beer. Yeah, man. Dude, I love sports. It's my whole life. So thank you guys for having me. You know, it's cool to be on here and talk shop. Hey, you guys want to bring me in anytime, let me know, man. I'm a ringer. You feel me?
Let's talk a little bit about it, though, because, I mean, your time with the Aztecs, right? Some people know, some people don't know. I mean, you're talking about, hey, you put yourself out there, you played hard. I mean, you heard it from ESPN right there, talking about how tough of a player you were. Now, tell us about your story, though, right? Because, I mean, you in that Illinois game is when you got hurt, right?
I sure did, yeah.
Season.
Yeah, I sure did, man. Unfortunately, yeah, that ended my career there for the Aztecs. Second game of my senior year, I ran over a All-American safety from Illinois and broke my C6 vertebrae. Ended up breaking his collarbone. It was a pretty big hit. I don't know if you guys remember it. I was running towards the end zone, you know, and I've done the scramble 1,000 times where you're taking off down the sideline and you just kind of skirt out of bounds right by the goal line. But, man, this game, I was getting my ass kicked. That, you know, Big Ten D-line was no joke, you know, and football was a little different back then. They didn't really protect me as much as they do the guys now. So I was a scrambler, and, you know, I was just feeling that game. So I wanted to give a little get back, put my foot in the ground and try to run dude over. And, yeah, it wasn't a very good decision looking back at it. But, hey, a lot of fun. I wouldn't change it for nothing, you know?
And I love that you continue to play on, right? And you're saying you spend time up there in Canada. Is that?
Oh man, football.
What was that like,
bro? Football has allowed me to do things that, you know, anyone else I talk to has never done. You know, kid from LA's never seen Canada. You know, never seen Saskatchewan. Never seen British Columbia. You know, I played in Toronto, the Space Needle. You know, I was roommates with Michael Bishop, who almost won the Heisman at Kansas State. So I was exposed to like different levels of football that, to be honest, I never even knew existed, bro. Like coming from LA, I didn't have mentors that, you know, told me what to do. You know, I blew my arm out. I was playing baseball and I went back to Minnesota and played in this like Northwoods League. And I was like a freshman coming out of, you know, high school, and I was playing against seniors like at LSU and like these big schools, and they were lighting me up, bro. I mean, dude, it was like a pinball machine. These men just teeing off on me, you know? So I tried to kind of overthrow it. I ended up hurting my elbow, you know, trying to throw too hard or whatever. So I ended up getting it scoped, and then I rehabbed it, and I picked up one of these things, you know, and I started throwing it, you know, to try to get my arm stronger. And man, it started coming off like sweet, sweet wine, dude. Every pass was just diming them, you know? So my football career took off. LA Harbor ended up leading the nation at total offense there. You know, broke every record they had, you know, threw for, you know, 60 touchdowns, like had just a great, you know, junior college career. I was fortunate enough to have a bunch of offers coming out. Probably like 10, you know, offers, took my 5 visits. And keep in mind, I'm a kid from LA. You know, didn't really have any tutorship, like of quarterbacking of like, hey, you know, the Big Ten, you're going to be able to play Michigan. You're going to be able, you know, to play with Penn State. Like that never even entered my mind, bro. So that's how low of a level of football I was playing at junior college, you know. Went to Minnesota on a recruiting trip, and they showed me like their tunnel system. And I'm a kid from LA. I'm like, why are we underground right now? You know, and they're like, because the winters are brutal, dude. Yeah, we don't go outside. We don't go outside for 3 months. I'm like, really? Because it's 80 right now at PB. Yeah, so, you know, San Diego State, you know, Mike Milano was an All-American there. Took me under his wing on my recruiting trip. Had an absolute blast down there, you know, and I was like, man, my family could stay at home, you know, drive down the freeway, be able to come see me right here. Yeah. You know, it was a no-brainer for me being a Cali kid. That's why I never understood the recruiting for San Diego State, like missing out on these kids, You know, San Diego is such a hotbed for talent. You know, so is LA. You know, and these kids, you know, we, you know, miss out on them. They're going to Oregon. You know, they're going to, you know, different schools when if they knew what a gem was right here, you know, they would come here, but they don't know, you know. So hopefully we could change that. You know, you guys are doing a great job. You know, I told you about, you know, sticking with this. You know, I know it's not easy grinding it out and stuff, but man, we all got to do that, you know, to get to the next level on whatever it is, podcast, football, business, you know, just life, bro. Sometimes you got to grind it out, but right here is where you find out what's really happening, dude. So this podcast, you know, shout out, you hit me up to be a part of it. Dude, anytime you hit me up, I'll be there, bro.
Nah, appreciate that, man. Big word.
Appreciate you guys. Hey, you see my flags, though? I got a bunch of flags going on. I need my Sons of Montezuma one, dude. My homie Kyle Turley, dude, has one in his gym. I don't have one, dude. You got to send me one.
We got to set you up.
Set me up, dog.
Let's do it.
Let's do
Jack,
it, man.
Jack, what do you think of the new? What do you think of the new stadium?
Yeah.
What are your first thought? What are your thoughts on that?
Breathtaking, dude. What do you mean? Like, it's absolutely beautiful, bro. Like, to be able to drive down the freeway and go to that, it's absolutely amazing. You know, Bill and some of my old teammates, you know, have done a great job in San Diego making a name for themselves down there. You know, so I mean, last time we were in the owner's suite of Snapdragon. I mean, it's a dream come true for me. I was in there with Norv Turner, you know, laughing, giggling, talking, you know, football, and it's like, yeah, man, San Diego football is like my home, dude. I love it, you know. I love the stadium. I love the vibe of it. I'm pissed off that we can't feel it up, you know. I was talking to the referee at FanFest. He was schooling up the other refs, like getting ready for the season or whatever, and he was like one of the OG refs, you know. And he went to one of our games against Boise, you know, at home. It was either like a Friday or Thursday or Saturday night, you know, prime time game. You know, place should have been rocking, dude. And it looked like, you know, half empty like it was, you know, for FanFest. So he was just like, man, you know, I just wish I could see this place packed, you know. And when he said that, like, I kind of looked around. I was like, damn, dude, I want to see this place freaking packed too, you know.
I got my eye here on the Padres game, and it's the 9th inning. They got the closer coming out, and they turn off all the lights. Everybody got their cell phone lights going. It's a whole vibe. It's a whole atmosphere as the closer's coming up to the mound, right? I mean, that goes back to the Trevor Hoffman days, right? But it's that entertainment.
Epic, bro. Yeah.
It's that entertainment value that you know you're going to get when you go to a Padre game. You know it's going to be a rocking time there at a Padre game. The music's going to be on point. The videos, there's going to be stuff that's interactive on the video screen. You know, the pod squad's going to be out there throwing stuff to the crowd. Like, it's a whole immersive experience. Now, I love Snapdragon. I love Snapdragon, right? I also love the Murph back in the days. And I think they did some things back in those days. They did some things back in those days that just, it felt college football. You know what I mean? It was just
like the chicken, dude. I was just talking to the homie Zach about the chicken the other day. He sent me a video when they hatched the chicken, dude, in the Murph. That was sick.
He came out of an egg in the middle of the field, bro. And
bro,
like,
epic.
Everybody went crazy.
I know. Well, you see, like, I mean, that stuff works, you know. Like, I've been doing baseball for a while now, and then you see like the banana stuff that they're doing with that team. You know, all of a sudden those guys are on ESPN, dude, playing, you know, in blacklight stadiums, you know, like, you know, dude, it's fun, man. It's fun. That's the Storm does a great job of that. I have to say, you know, when I go to those minor league games, you know, the Storm, the San Diego affiliate out here in Lake Elsinore, they do a great job of like advertising to the families and getting the families and the kids involved and letting them run around and do different stuff. Like, yeah, man, it's fun. It's a day at the park, you know.
They know who their market is, right? They know who they're trying to bring in and cater to and entertain. And at the end of the day, it's have fun. There's no pretension to having fun, man. You just let people have fun, you know. For some reason, and I don't want to get on a crazy rant here, but for some reason it feels like sometimes we want people to have fun, but We want to cut them down. We don't want them to have too much fun. You know, you come to Aztec game, we want you to have fun, but not too much fun now, guys. Don't have too much fun. Like, come on, man. This is college football. You're in college years of your life. I know it's a professional stadium, but let's have some fun, guys.
You know how you have fun?
I concur.
You win, and you win a lot.
True that. That's what I was going to say. That Padres vibe wasn't there until they were in the playoffs winning games. You know what I mean?
We've seen this before. With 2017, when we went on the road and we beat Arizona State in Tempe, and then
what about when Rashard Penny was running in the pack? Dude, he freaking run that freaking kickoff or whatever. That was nuts. Yeah. Stanford.
And then we came back and won at Stanford. I mean, do you remember the crowds for like the games after that? I mean, it was the most that I've seen.
You guys see how basketball is right now, dude. You know, they were winning Final Four games. I mean, dude, it's tough to get a basketball ticket. They do a great job of putting on a show, and people, I mean, dude, that place has been sold out for 10 years. Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder how this stadium would have looked back in 2021 when we played up in Carson and everyone had to drive up there. But we were winning all those games, I mean, those were some exciting games. We just didn't have the crowd there. Had it been in San Diego, it might have been a little different story. But that to me, that's the big thing is you got to win. Yes, you want to make it entertaining. You want to win and put up a lot of points, but the main thing is winning. People want to be associated with the winning team. San Diego loves a winner. So if the 100%. Aztecs can get on a roll and start winning games, you're going to start to pack that place.
Hey, and it matters who we're playing, dude. Like, the rivalries need to stay true, like I'm sick we don't get a chance to play BYU, like SC's lucky we only played them once in 20 years. You know what I mean? Like, dude, the teams we played matter. That's why I went to San Diego State, because I wanted to play against SC. I wanted to play north in those valley, huge games. You know what I mean? It's like, dude, we have to keep those rivalries and win those games against Boise. I mean, if there are new rivals, dude, we need to beat those guys at home, So
you're both right. You got to win. And that's a prerequisite. Yeah, I mean, nobody's going to show up for a losing team. But you're not always going to be undefeated. You're not always going to have winning top of the mountain seasons. And then, yes, it matters who you play, right? Because you get excited. You get jacked up for those games. You want to play the best. You want to play the best that you possibly can. Unfortunately, those two things haven't been happening lately. And with the expansion and with the Mountain West, I mean, we're playing who we play. So, like, when you don't have those two things going, you still got to that should be an incentive even more to let the fans have fun. That should be an incentive even more not to stifle their creativity or their fun, or not play the music loud and not have fireworks. What happened to the fireworks show? Like,
why are you guys talking about this? They kicked you guys out too, or what? They kicked me out. I didn't have the right pass, dude. They kicked me out. But what happened to you guys? Same thing out on the tailgate. Sounds like you guys are a little salty right now.
We felt like right now. We felt like we were under surveillance after the game. There was
man,
police on bikes,
dude. This is Sons. It's the Sons of Montezuma, dude. This is our house, boys.
I like the sound of that. For years and years and years, my motto: stop sucking.
Hey, well, I appreciate you guys having me on here, man. I'm not gonna waste any more of your time. Hey, absolute blast. Hey, when are we doing it again, boys? Guest speaker. Yeah, quarterback Jack once a month. What's up, dude? It sounds good to me. You guys got to come see D1 out in Temecula, all right?
We'll have to get your top memories there at San Diego State as a player. We got to get those stories.
Oh man, right now?
No, not right now. Not right. Next time. That'll be next time to bring you back on.
How about my favorite touchdown ever?
Favorite touchdown? Which one?
First one ever. Hail Mary in the Coliseum to my homie D. Lou. That's my favorite touchdown ever. You can't ever beat the first one, boys. That's what I told JR. Hey, there's something always about that first one. So, hey, when Danny O'Neill throws his first one or whoever the starter is week 1, hey, you don't ever forget that one, dude.
Magic Zulu says, keep him on. Keep him on. Oh, you're becoming a fan favorite over here, Jack. You're becoming a fan favorite.
Duh. Hey, let me show you boys this one time before I take off. Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Hey,
Hey, there it is.
hey, that's that original stitching, boys.
Hey, that's
Don't get it.
underrated.
Hey,
That
don't
uni
get
is
it.
underrated.
Hey, you see that Versace neckline too? Yeah. Hey, don't get it twisted, dog. Just because
You
we're
play-
old don't mean we're freaking not still a little sweet.
I'm in my prime, bro. I'm in my prime.
You know what I'm saying? Just
Oh.
one time, like that song.
You played in some of the most underrated unis too at state with the helmets that still spelt out Aztecs going
Oh,
along
bro.
the side. You got the
Oh,
old
bro.
the revised Monty on the
Well,
sleeve.
Yeah, actually, this jersey was the new jersey. My first year when I was battling with B. Russ to be the starter down there, it was the old school jersey. So it wasn't this like, dude, they switched it up my second year. The first year it was old school, more like, the old school, like pinstripe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they tried to revamp it with these ones. And they were pretty tight, dude. They did the two-tone helmets. Like, that was the first time they dipped the top of the helmet on the two-tone. They didn't put the Aztec calendar on yet, dude. That still is just disgusting to me.
Woo! Okay. Sorry, man. I just saw the last out of the game. And boy, Merrill, he got to get rookie of the year.
Hey, who?
That
Hey, that's the
Jackson
Storm
Merrill.
guy. That's the
Rookie
Storm
of the
guy.
year.
You guys got him from our team in Lake Elsinore, dude. Last year I was watching that kid ball. He was playing shortstop. I'm serious. He was playing short, dude, not center.
I know. First year playing center. This is gonna quickly turn into a Padres podcast really quick because
that kid is the real deal, dude.
Yeah. He just laid out for the last out, grabbed it, game over. Padres win, Aztecs win. It's
Shocker.
all good. Let's go. Bring back the Versace neckline answer. 321 says.
Let's go.
Sir. I love that.
Let's go, boys.
Who got the best helmet in college football? Of course, SDSU Magic Zulu.
I think I got my old helmet, dude, around here somewhere.
That black to red fade with the A and the shield. Yeah, that thing is
no,
very
was it?
underrated.
It was before the A with the shield, dude. It was Aztecs in a freaking sticker, dude. And then they brought out the after I got hurt the next year, they brought out the A with the shield, dude. And that's when Adam Hall and J.R. Tolliver led the nation freaking receiving. They brought in Kraft and threw the ball 87 times a game.
Yep. Right after Toner, brought in Kraft, and it was like, yeah,
they were doing.
That's when my buddy Coach C was on the staff. Yeah.
Is that what we're gonna see this year, boys? 70 passes a game. Danny O'Neill.
No, it's
70 attempts first week.
Be more balanced.
Balanced. Did you watch Colorado play the first 4 games last year? There wasn't much balance.
I think that was Dion, though. I think that was Dion saying, let my boy throw the ball whenever he wants to throw the ball. That's not a normal.
If you look at his Kent State offenses, I mean, it was pretty balanced. I
haven't seen any of that. Hey, school me up on that a little bit because I don't know, dude. What's up with that?
I think the running backs are going to shine in this offense. They will shine.
That's
but
Cooper,
so will
right?
the receivers too. Yeah.
Oh man, then Keenan Kristen went down with I think it was like a high ankle sprain. But
what? I didn't know that.
Yeah, he was in a boot. He was in a boot like the whole second
half.
No.
Yeah,
but at least
that's brutal.
At least it's early. At least it's early, right? Before the season, like heal up, get him right.
Yeah, he'll be back.
I mean, you still got time, yeah.
He'll be okay.
Not much time.
Not much.
Hey,
not much.
Time's ticking, boys.
All right. Jack, thank you. Thank you.
Hey, thank you guys for having me, dude.
Great.
Can't wait to do it again. Hell yeah.
Nice to meet you, Jack. Look forward to seeing you at some games.
Let's go Aztecs all day, baby.
Let's go.
Thank you guys. Later.
Have a good night.
You too.
That was cool.
Man, he's got the juice.
Let's give a hand clap. For life, Jack Hawley. Not a lot of highlights to find out there for his game against USC or for his time period in general on YouTube. It's kind of tough. I got to dig through some of the crates. Somebody's got to send me some of his highlights because, man, I mean, he was very, 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 very well spoken of. I mean, he put up some big numbers in Jason. And then, he had to transition into the D1 level, right? But, I mean, Toner was really big on him. The way he spoke about Jack was like, this young dude is he could do everything pretty much at that quarterback spot. He's quick, he had a big arm, move around, tough. But I appreciate him sharing that story about his neck. That was not easy.
That's a tough way to go out, to lose your senior year like that, to go out like that. You always feel bad for any senior who's, at the end of their eligibility and they are, knocked out for the season, and they know that that's the last time. That's how they're going out. That's the last time they're going to suit up for that team. So I can't even imagine what that must have felt like, and that adjustment and, not being, suiting up for the Aztecs his senior year.
And he tried to get a medical redshirt, but it didn't go through. But, it's great to see him still so connected with the program. Like he told me, a lot of his best friends he made by being an Aztec on the Mesa, and he's still very close to the program. Saw him out there at that EA Sports release there at Novo, and it was just, man, just hit it off. Just very, very, very cool guy. So appreciation to him. Fiend, thank you for joining, man. The football episode. Couldn't have done it without you.
I love it, man. Football. I mean, we just jumped right from Swish League into football. So I'm a fiend, man. Aztec football, basketball. I live all day for it. So thank you for letting me come on. And, we're looking forward to James getting back from Florida. And so we can, the first teamers can get back on the field.
Florida. Yeah. Hey, man, we're all first teamers if you're part of Sons of Monty team. Guys, save 10% off at sonsofmontezuma.com right now on all our non-NIL items. We want to make sure our NIL guys get their 100%. So the promo code MONTY Monty at checkout for 10% off, our little gift for you guys. And right now, hey, Fiend, okay, it's all fun and games. All you guys on the stream, okay, don't get so butthurt over my shirt, okay? But we got some new styles in here. We got the Go-Tex sleeveless in both black and in white. Gotta love it. Go-Tex, you know what I mean? Go-Tex, right? And then, of course, we got the Welcome to the Jungle shirt. I love this one right here. Get a nice zoom in fresh on that helmet with the palm trees and Welcome to the Jungle. I wish they play that song when we come out on the field, when the team comes out on the field again.
Welcome to the Dragon.
Welcome to the Dragon. Yeah, okay. And then, of course, we want to make Aztecs fast again, guys. We want to make Aztecs fast again. They used to be fast. Fiend, we got to make them fast again.
I think we're on our way there.
Oh, I love it, guys. Hot in the store right now. Okay. It's time to go celebrate this Padres victory, Fiend.
Let's do it.
I think it's time. LOL Magic Zulu. Hey, man, thank you guys for joining. All you guys, we will pick this back up again. Maybe this week we might have a new episode because I had a very special interview, and I might be releasing that this week. We'll see. We'll see if everybody behaves themselves. I'll release the special interview that I had with a Montezuma of sorts. Another Montezuma of sorts. Can't wait to release that one.
Nice.
All right, everybody. Have a great night. We'll see you again very soon. sonsofmontezuma.com. Make sure you are liking and subscribing on YouTube. Join the over thousands. I don't even know how many thousand subscribers we have right now on YouTube, Fiend, but be a part of that group. Spread the word. Sons of Montezuma online, everywhere, in your face. They were watching games all the way from Europe and India, all that good stuff. Of course, T-Mac down in Colombia. All right. Make Aztecs fast again. Answer 321 saying, can we get some hats too, bro? Hey, maybe that might come out. Go get it. 10% off right now. MONTY. We'll see you guys soon. Everybody have a great night. Peace.
Go Aztec fast.
Go Aztecs.